You're watching Long Beach Local News. Breaking You're watching Long Beach Local News. Breaking news, community, politics, sports, entertainment in Long Beach, California.
Long Beach Local News, Weekly News Roundup. I'm Yazan Tanras.
And I'm Eric Richards. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin with the latest now on the arrest of a Reseda man accused of a strategic plan to detonate bombs at various high-profile locations in Southern California, including that at Bluff Park here in Long Beach.
26-year-old Mark Domingo was arrested last Friday after allegedly purchasing what he thought were bomb-making materials from an undercover FBI agent. He plotted stationing a bomb prior to the rally last Friday night as he and the undercover FBI official roamed through Bluff Park to find a place for. Domingo had been under surveillance since March when his online activities had been flagged and brought to the attention of officials.
In a press conference held at the federal court in downtown Los Angeles, the U.S. Attorney's Office, FBI, along with LAPD and Long Beach PD, spoke about the counterterrorism unit that was able to stop what could have been a catastrophic event right here at home.
Our police leadership in the city planned it perfectly. A lot of it's the approach, because sometimes people get out there and the majority of them are peace-loving people who just want to get a message out. But there's people out there who want to cause problems. They start yelling at the police, trying to incite the police to do something. And our officers do an amazing job. They're patient, they're disciplined, and at the end of the day, everybody went home. I know there were a couple of people out there who were actually trying to turn the crowd against the police, but it didn't work. And everybody went home happy, and thank God this didn't materialize, because at the end of the day, you're talking about blood potentially being spilled, and I don't think the guy that was doing this cared if you were on the left or the right. You're an American. Listening to this case, you never know who's out there. And there's other people who may want to hurt a lot of people for all the wrong reasons. Typically, the way enforcement finds out is somebody being vigilant, paying attention to what people are saying, what people are doing. And if somebody sees something that they just don't feel right about, call us. Let us look into it. It's better to be safe than sorry. So if you see something, you absolutely need to say something.
Police said that on Saturday they served a warrant at Domingo's Reseda home, a home he shares with his parents and older brother. During that search, 3 rifles complete with ammunition were recovered. He is a U.S. Army veteran who served in Afghanistan and converted to Sunni Islam. Long Beach Local News has learned that Domingo was investigated by the Army and discharged. However, authorities could not tell us the reason why. On Monday afternoon, Mark Domingo was officially charged with providing and attempting to provide materials to terrorist organizations. He remains in custody with no bail.
On Sunday, the rally that Mark Domingo allegedly had planned to bomb was in response to online reports that a white nationalist organization was going to meet at Bluff Park. Our reporter Alondra was there and has the story, which you can find on longbeachlocalnews.com. According to a stock exchange filing on Tuesday, Hong Kong-based company Orient Overseas International, known as OOIL, has been forced to sell their terminal at Long Beach ports after operating for over 3 decades to Chinese state-owned COSCO. Concerns were raised last year by U.S. security agencies over the state-owned shipping giant. For $1.78 billion, OOIL sold off its Long Beach container terminal in California. The company announced it is expected to net a profit of $1.29 billion.
The buyer is North American fund called Marquette Infrastructure. Partners, which is one of the world's biggest asset managers, holdings in energy, infrastructure, agriculture, and real estate. Jeffrey Chan of the Orient Patron Financial Group says that the announcement of a buyer for the Long Beach terminal is positive for both OOIL and Costco. Moving on now, as Long Beach PD was dispatched to an emergency call at the City College on Wednesday in reference to a man with a gun on the Pacific Coast
where there's
campus.
been an alert because of a suspect with a gun. Police were dispatched at 10:20 a.m. this morning.
Students and
Obviously,
staff were
they're in
sent
high
text
alert
alerts
at this
from the
time.
school to shelter
Luckily,
in place
and were advised to call authorities if they had any information on the suspect. Police completed an extensive search for that suspect, who was located with a replica firearm, which he reportedly was carrying for a film production class.
Long Beach PD SWAT responded to the campus. Yasmin was there and spoke to a student.
When I got the alert at the school, I was in the classroom. And, you know, we were just working on our assignments, and it's just like I completely stopped working because it's like, what's going on? You know, you go into survival mode. So it was scary. It was scary. So.
And then what were the other students reacting? How were they?
Everyone was, we were bird's eye view of everything that was going on. So everybody was like at the window trying to see what's going on. Like me, I'm going to stay away from the windows. You know, if it's a shooter, you want to stay away from the windows. You never know. We were up high, but bullets don't have a name on it. So that's why it's so scary, you know. So yeah, just in a classroom, just praying, and I'm happy that everybody is good. The police came in with their armor, and they was just letting everybody know, you know, you got to get out, be safe, get out of the cafeteria. And you just never know. You just never know.
Indeed. Now, no one was hurt and no arrests were made. A short time later, the all clear was given and classes resumed. Also on Wednesday, 22-year-old Chandler Lanau of Long Beach pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit a bank robbery in Los Angeles. According to the LA District Attorney's Office, Lanau had planned to help his girlfriend, 22-year-old Marlene Wickham, rob the Opus Bank in Torrance, where she was employed. This felony charge carries up to 5 years in federal prison and a fine of $20,000. Now, $32,000 of the $52,000 that was stolen was recovered. Wickham is expected to be sentenced on May 16th.
Now over to sports. Long Beach State is set to battle for the NCAA Tournament Championship against Hawaii for the fourth time this season. Long Beach State beat Pepperdine in 4 sets on Thursday night at the Walter Pyramid. This Saturday, the title match will again take place at the Walter Pyramid in Long Beach, with the first set starting at 11 a.m. and now will be broadcast live on ESPN.
California State University Long Beach is looking to rename its mascot after it decided to abandon Prospector Pete. They should have done that a long time ago. A symbol of the California Gold Rush, the university came to this conclusion after releasing a statement saying that as our diversity grew and more voices were heard, we came to know that the 1849 Gold Rush was a time in history when the indigenous people of California endured subjugation, violence, and threats of genocide. Today's spirit of inclusivity is reflected in our students, faculty, and staff, alumni, and community. Today's beach is not connected to that era. So, we would like to know what you think. What do you think the new mascot name should be? Go to our Facebook page, Long Beach Local News, and let us know. Comment on this. Let us know what you think, Yasmin.
Yes, well, I wonder who that symbol should be. On Thursday, 25th of April, a Long Beach couple were forced to evacuate their home after a fire had erupted and burnt everything down, including their dog. 2 months before the fire, their insurance coverage had run out, causing them to seek for help. Their property manager of property firm C2 Mode, Victor Rivera, has set up a fundraiser page and urges Long Beach residents to help their local neighbor in need. He will be hosting a barbecue with a raffle prize to be won upon donations this Saturday at 1 p.m. on I-940 Pacific Avenue. You can find more information and a link to the fundraiser page on our website, longbeachlocalnews.com.
So there has been a high number of cases of herpes since the Coachella and Stagecoach festivals in the Inland Empire. According to Herp Alert, There are usually 12 new cases a day in Southern California, but that number has jumped to over 250. Now, in the last few days, there have been about 1,100 new requests for consultations since both the Coachella and Stagecoach festivals in Indio. Herp Alert is an online service that allows users to send photos of their affected area for analysis. If the evaluation confirms the STD, then the service will recommend further treatment. And just so you know, herpes usually takes a few days to show up, which could explain why there have been so many new cases reported throughout the region. If you attended either concert, or engaged in any type of physical contact, it is highly recommended that you seek medical attention and get yourself tested.
That's right. So that's a wrap for our weekly news roundup. Join us this afternoon at 4 p.m. for your hashtag LBLN community calendar. And this time we're going to be up in the air with Anthelian helicopters to know what's happening this weekend and upcoming week in Long Beach. And we're going to have a special winner with us in flight. So tune back in for that and find out how you can win a chance to fly with us on our Friday Fly Day segment.
And we want to make a programming note here that our Cambodian special, part 3 of the Cambodian community special, will air next Wednesday and next Friday. We'll have all 3 parts there for you on longbeachlocalnews.com and on our Facebook page as well at Long Beach Local News. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Ken will be back here, of course, with that. We know you have many choices for news, and we thank you for choosing us. Get your news anytime by logging on to facebook.com/Long Beach Local News and, of course, following us on Instagram and Facebook. We'll see you soon.